All right, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody had a really good weekend. This is week 4. It's our first meeting of the week and stuff. So we're going to go over what we're going to be completing this week. And then we are going to work through the first of the assignments. Okay, so let's go ahead. Make sure you're in Canvas. And as I mentioned to people coming into class, you're going to need to have Infinite Campus open. Okay, so you're going to want to have Canvas open and Infinite Campus open. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to get into Canvas and go into modules, and we're going to take a look at week 4. Okay, take a look at week 4. So while I'm going over this really quick, please also get open Infinite Campus. All right. So what we're going to be doing, I'm just going to do an overview of what we're doing, and then we're going to go into our assignment and we'll complete it together. Okay. The first part of this week today, we're going to be doing a transcript check. Okay, so we're going to be, obviously you guys are juniors. You're halfway through your junior year. So in a year and a half, you'll be graduating, right? That's the plan. That's the goal. And stuff. So it's really important to make sure that you're tracking credits and aware of anything you might be missing or anything you might need to do. It's also important to know, maybe what type of diploma you're going for, right? Most of you know there's different types of diplomas. And stuff. So making sure you're on track for, if you're just going for, the general diploma or advanced diploma or, a different kind of diploma, am I meeting those requirements? So it's not a surprise, middle of your senior year when it's too late. Oh crap, I don't have what I need, or I have to do this, or now you're in a pickle, which nobody wants. Okay, so better to find out now or to make sure that you're aware of what you need to do now. So you got more time than waiting to middle of your senior year. Okay, so we're going to go over and spend some time today. That'll be our focus today, looking at transcript checks. And you should be able to get this done in class and get it submitted. Okay, and then tomorrow when we meet, there is a survey that the district is having students take. It takes 5-10 minutes. It's not very long. And that's the panorama survey. So I'll have you do that beginning of class tomorrow as the warm up, and then we'll work an exact path. Okay, so we'll do 30 minutes in reading, 30 minutes in math. So coming to class this week, you'll be able to get all 3 of these done in class. We're going to do the first one, the transcript check today. I'm going to take you through step by step. And then tomorrow, the warm up will be doing the panorama survey, and you submit a screenshot of that, and then you do your exact path. Okay, so there shouldn't be any reason to have work outside of class time unless you don't come to class. Then you are choosing to do work outside of class time, right? But we should be able to get everything done in class. Okay. All right. Give me a thumbs up when you have Canvas and Infinite Campus open. You're ready to go. So like I said, we're going to be doing the transcript check today. So that's why you need Infinite Campus open, because you will be pulling your transcript from Infinite Campus and stuff. So Justice, do you have a question, or does that mean you have it open? Go ahead. If you need to talk. So if those of you who don't know the emojis, when I say like to give me a thumbs up, if you look down at the middle of your screen and go to the bottom middle, like the center middle, and you'll see like you have the microphone button, you have the camera button, there's the closed caption, then you're going to see a smiley face button. No, that's okay. That's all right. I'm just showing you actually where you can find the emojis. So I'm saying, like, when you see those like thumbs up and things go across your screen. So if you look at the bottom middle of your screen when you're in the Google Meet, and you'll see like on the left-hand side, you see the microphone button, the camera button, closed caption, and then do you see that smiley face? If you click on the smiley face, it's going to show you all the emojis that you can use. So if you want to laugh at me, if you want to, and user aren't working, but it'll let you into Clever, because it should be the same. See if it'll let you reset it. It should be the same one that you use for Clever. Like for your Google accounts, having the same. And if it's not letting you, then that's a good point of saying submit a student support ticket. So when you're in Canvas, if for some reason you can't log into Infinite Campus, that's something you need to be able to do. Submit a student support ticket and put in there that you're not able to log into Infinite Campus and that you need help with the password reset. Okay, and you can do that in Canvas here on the sidebar, and it says NVLA student support ticket. That's where you can submit it if you can't log into Infinite Campus. Okay, because not just for this assignment, but in general, right? You guys need to be able to get into Infinite Campus. That's important. Okay. Anyone else not able to get into Infinite Campus? If you're not able to, try to reset it. If that doesn't work, then fill out that NVLA a student support ticket. Okay. Which you can find right there in Canvas. Any questions or other concerns? Okay, so yeah, try filling that out. See if it'll let you reset it, and then try, if that doesn't work, then try doing and that won't fix it right away, but that way it'll put in the process of fixing it. Okay. Any other questions? All right, let's get started. So today we're going to focus on this transcript checked. And then, like I said, tomorrow we're going to do exact path and we'll do the panorama survey. We'll do the survey as our warm up, and then we'll do exact path. So you'll have plenty of time to get all this done in class tomorrow. The survey will take 5-10 minutes, and exact path will take about an hour, and we've got 80 minutes. So we should be able to get all that done in class so that you don't have any work outside of class for this week. All right, so let's go over to transcript overview. And we're just going to go through each page through the directions. Okay, so the goal is to kind of check off courses that you've earned for the semester, know the number of credits earned, kind of determine what diploma you're working toward, and stuff. And then if needed, schedule with your counselor if there's a credit you're missing, if there's a credit you failed, or if you have questions, if you're on track, or if you're not sure if you're on track. Maybe you're on track to graduate, but maybe the diploma you want, okay? So this would be a great time to be proactive if you're like, I need to like talk to my counselor, then making that appointment, right? To make sure that, do you need to take a summer class, or do you need to adjust the classes you're taking your senior year to make sure, again, that you're on track and that you're not in a crisis. All right, so we're gonna go to next. All right, so transcripts in education, a transcript is a certified record of your academic accomplishments, having the entire enrollment history, including courses attempted, grades earned, and honors courses that you may have received. So it tracks, what courses you've taken, the grades you've gotten in them, and then what credits you've earned. Okay, so it's, it's tracking in particular, your high school path, right, and stuff. It also shows your GPA. Okay, which is based on the average of the grades that you earn. Okay, so if you get all A's, all A pluses, like 93% higher stuff, that puts you in. So those valedictorians, those, 4.0 or something like that. It's interesting. When I was in high school, you couldn't get above a 4.0. 4.0 was as high as it get. Now with the unweighted, right? I've seen them, it can get kind of crazy, right? You have the weighted and the unweighted. And that always just confused me a little bit. And stuff. I liked it when it was just straightforward, one GPA, what you could do. Anybody else find it a little bit confusing when you're like, well, the unweighted, well, the weighted, you're like, where does it end? I know some of these are crazy. Like you see some of these, you're like, you have a what? When I was at Coronado and I used to teach AP, like I would see some insane GPAs and I'm like, what does this even mean? I don't even know what it means, So, okay, but generally speaking, that's the GPA tracker, okay, and stuff. So if you average B's, that puts you to 3.0. If you average C's, that puts you to 2.0, all right? So the diploma, there are three major, four, but three major types of diplomas and stuff. And then they've recently added this college and career readiness diploma. So they keep adding new possibilities with diplomas, okay? The advanced diploma is a common one. Okay, so that's been around for a while, and that is required based on the credits you've earned. You have to have a certain GPA, participate in college and career readiness testing. The standard diploma, that you've met your required credits, you participated in college and career readiness testing. So there isn't a GPA requirement. You just have to pass your credits, but there isn't a minimum GPA with that. The alternative diploma requires credit units and participation in an AA. And then adjusted diploma is adapted to students who maybe have an IEP or need certain adjustments just based on their abilities or their track. In addition, there are some other ones that are available. There's a college and career readiness diploma, which you've met your required units. There's a GPA requirement that matches the advanced diploma, and additional courses associated with endorsement. So that one, so maybe a lot of like the tech schools or things like that, you'll see that sometimes, or if you go to the CSN high school, or, these things can be possible through regular high school and stuff, but you see it more at those. And then, and stuff. So, Let's see, standard diploma. This is the most frequently obtained diploma. All right. So the most common one. All right. Meeting math requirements. It says, so it kind of here gives the list. So you have that American government credit. So if you take government next year and stuff, ask for me. I teach government and stuff. If you've liked having me as a teacher, I teach government in the fall, and then I teach econ in the spring. So like right now I'm teaching econ and stuff. So there's American history credits, econ and finance. So that's the second semester class that I teach. You need 4 years of English. You need a credit of health. You need 3 years of math. You need 2 credits of phys ed, physical education, computer science and education. Science, you need at least 2 years. College and career readiness flex credits. So sometimes there's some flexibility with that. And then you need electives. So like this class you're taking right now with me, this counts as an elective credit. So each one, they kind of give you those lists and then those adjustments of what you would need in order to do that. So advanced honors, the minimum GPA. So not only are you meeting the credit requirements, which I believe it's one more credit, it's one more science credit, I believe. So if you look at the standard diploma, you need 2 credits in science, 23 total. Honors, advanced honors diploma, you need 24 because you need 1 more extra year of science. So if that's something you're trying to get, then make sure that you're getting that extra year of science. And then you have to have that 3.25 GPA. Okay, minimum GPA on top of that. All right, and then they go through some of the other diplomas and requirements. Okay, so here, let's watch this quick video. Oh, it's like 8 minutes. We'll skip that. Okay, I thought there was a video up here. Okay, accessing your transcript. We'll get this here in just a second. Okay, so I think I have this video open. Let me just open it up, make sure I have it open.
Cox Fiber powers one of the most connected stadiums in the world on the biggest game days of the year.
To access. Okay, we'll get to that in just a minute. All right, because we will need to access that. So I'll show that video here in just a minute when we're ready to grab it. Okay, because there's like a sheet that you fill out to submit. Okay, transcript analysis. In this activity, you will have some time to take a look at your transcript and analyze how you're doing this far. You know, you're a little bit past the halfway point. So you can either continue with that success and, you know, graduate maybe sooner, or make sure you're on track, or make sure that you're meeting those requirements. Or if you've had struggles, then what do I need to do, or what can I do to adjust that to make sure that I meet that end of senior year deadline? And the reason this is really important for all of you is as juniors, right? You've got 1 more summer this summer. So if for some reason you did fail a class, or you're deficient credits, meaning you're behind on credits, this summer would be the time to make up those credits, right? Either through Apex or take summer school or something like that. It's a good time so that you can be on track and hopefully graduate on time. So another really important reason. Your counselor, it says, so if you go into Infinite Campus and you look at your profile, it should list it there. Or if you want, in just a minute, when I have you guys go get your transcripts, I can look it up for you, okay? If you can't locate it in Infinite Campus, I can look it up for you, okay? All right, let's keep going. Okay, so here's the assignment, all right? We are going to access our transcripts in Infinite Campus, all right? And then you are going to download one of these 2 transcript academic plans. If you are on track to graduate, then you're gonna download the second document. If you are deficient in credits, meaning you have received S in any courses during 9th grade or 10th grade year, okay, or last semester. So you received an F for this semester, which means you didn't get credit, and you haven't made up that credit, that means you're deficient. So then you would fill this one out, okay? So if you have failed 1 or more classes through high school so far and have not made it up through Apex or retaking it, then you're gonna fill out the credit retrieval transcript academic plan. If you have passed all your classes, so that means a D or higher for semester, then you're gonna fill out the second form, okay? So click on whichever one meets or is you, okay? And then while you're doing that, all right, let's watch how to access our transcript. Let's say you're not sure. You're like, I don't think I failed any classes. You want to make sure? Then let's watch this quick video on how to get your transcript, okay? So you're going to want to log into Infinite Campus. So everybody log into Infinite Campus. I'll give you about 30 seconds. And then we're going to watch these instructions, and you need to follow them to get your transcript. And then you're going to use the transcript And then one of these two documents, whichever one meets you. If you haven't failed any classes, you're going to do the on track to graduate. If you have failed classes and haven't made them up, then you're going to do the credit retrieval one. And we're going to use the transcript and that document, and you're going to fill it out. Okay. And then you're going to submit it. All right. Okay. Give me a thumbs up once you're logged into Infinite Campus, because then I'm going to show you how to access it once you're in there. Okay. All right. We're logged in. Okay. So here's how we do it. And I can always replay this if you need to. Okay.
And download your transcript. Please log into your Infinite Campus. Once you're logged into your Infinite Campus, on the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to select Documents. After selecting Documents.
Okay, so left-hand side, go down and find Documents. You're going to get your on the left-hand side, you're going to get that menu to pop up, and you're going to select Documents.
Documents, you will look for your 2021 transcript.
Okay, once you're on Documents, then you're going to go down, and obviously you're not looking for 2021, you're looking for the most recent. So I think it would probably be last year's, unless they already produced us at semester. I'm not sure if they do it once a year or if they do it every semester. So once you're on Documents, go down to Transcript, and then you're going to pick the most recent year. Okay, I'll give you a second. So you go to the menu on the left, go to Documents. Once you're on Documents, go down 3, 4, 5, and then go to Transcripts, and you're going to pick your most recent transcript. Don't do the 2021. You weren't even in high school yet. You know what I mean? So pick your most recent one, the most current year. Okay.
And click on it. This will pull up your unofficial transcript. You will be able to download it to your desktop, and then you will be able to upload it to your Google Senior Portfolio folder.
Okay, so you're going to want to use this school should incorporate your old schools. Does that make sense? So open up this schools and make sure it should incorporate your old schools. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, then open up both, but it should. Okay. So open up the NBLA one and check it and see if it lists the class from whichever year you went to your other school. Okay. All right. Anybody need me to show the directions again? Okay. So once you have your transcript open, okay, so download it or open it in a separate tab, whichever's easiest. Okay, then you're going to go back into Canvas, and you're going to have that transcript open either on a separate tab or you downloaded it on your desktop, that's fine. But either way that you can open it. Okay, and then you need to select either the credit retrieval or the on-track graduation transcript. Okay, so let's say you pick the on-track to graduate transcript plan. Okay, you're going to open that up, and it looks like this. If you have failed a class, okay, then you open up the credit retrieval one, and it's going to look like this. They look very, very similar, just different labels, basically. Okay, and it's just going to have that extra part of like, what credits do you need to, what credits are you behind on, aka what credits do you need to make up? Okay, all right, give me a thumbs up once you have your sheet open and you have your transcript open, whichever one. So it can be either the credit retrieval or the on track. You're not going to get docked by me because you're doing one or the other, okay? There's no penalty if you're behind. But it's just good to know. You want to be honest, right? Because it's good to know, because those are credits you need to make up. Okay, so once it's open, then you start looking at your transcript and you start going through. Okay, so how many credits do you have so far? All right, it should be on your most current transcript. Tell me, is the transcript showing from like end of your sophomore year, or is the transcript showing middle of your junior year? What's the most current one it's showing in Infinite Campus? Because I'm not sure if they do the transcripts every semester or if they just do them at the end of each school year. Can anybody tell me? Is it showing end of your sophomore year, or is it showing through first semester of your junior year on your most current transcript? What's it showing? Anybody? Oh, so it is showing middle of your, okay, that's good. Okay, good. So it's as current as it can be. That's great. Okay. So look for how many credits you've earned so far. Is it giving you a total, or do you need to add them up? So how many credits you've earned so far? What's your GPA? Oh, look at that. The transcript is useful. Yay. Love it when documents are useful. Okay. So how many you have? What's your GPA? What courses are you doing well in? So which ones maybe are you getting like really good grades in? Like what are your, you know, maybe you do really well in history, or maybe you do really well in science or math, or, you know, I don't know, computer science or something like that. I don't know. Okay. Which ones do you feel like you tend to, you're like, that's an easy A, or I don't struggle in that, or that's like the class I enjoy. Okay. You can put that down. What, and it says, what core classes do you need support in? So which ones are you maybe struggling in? If you're not really struggling, you can just say, I'm passing all my classes, no problem. Okay. So let's talk about that here in a second. I'll talk about that. Yeah. If you're notice that there's a credit issue, then you're going to want to make an appointment with your counselor. Okay. Yeah, you're going to want to make an appointment with your counselor. Okay, keep filling this out. While I do that really quick, Justice, I'll go and look who your counselor is. Were you able to find it, Justice, or do you need me to look it up? Sorry, I guess I didn't clarify. Okay, let me look real quick. Anybody else? Not sure. So keep going through this form, and then this is a great thing. Yeah, if you notice an issue, then you need to make an appointment with your counselor. Okay. And you want to email them like today. All right. And if you're not sure who your counselor is, I can look for it after I look for justices. Let's see here. Okay. It is Miss Ziniski. Let me put this in the chat. It's going to vary a little bit depending if people did it in between, but like to be on track. It says, so the key is, Gabriel, that you haven't failed any classes. You know what I mean? If you fail classes, then that would be the concern that you would be behind. So if you've passed all your classes and you've been going to school full time, then you should be on track. Okay. Do you want her email? Here, give me 1 second. I can look it up. Okay, there is her email. Anybody else want me to look up their counselor or need an email or something like that? Yeah, of course. Of course. Anybody else? I'm happy to do it. Okay. Okay, Araceli, give me 1 second. Okay, so keep filling out that sheet. All right. Yes. And if you have any questions or concerns, then that's, again, you should be on. All right. Oh, it looks like you have two. I'm not sure which one. It's listing 2. So I'm not sure. Did you recently switch schools? Sally, did you recently switch schools? Okay. So I'm not sure which one. Which one did you have at your old school? Do you remember? Was it Parker or Wilson? You do not. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to email both. So let me look up their emails real quick. And let me see, Timothy Parker. Okay, it looks like Mr. Parker is NVLA. So let me look up the other one really quick. Okay, so here's Mr. Parker's email and stuff, and that is NVLA. He is listed as NVLA. Let me see about Sherry Wilson. Let me see. I don't know why. I don't think they would give you 2 in the same school. So let me see. So Sherry Wilson. Oh, so I'm showing Sherry Wilson, Durango High School. Is that where you went? Okay, so then email Mr. Parker. So it wouldn't be Sherry, it would be Mr. Parker because that's the NBLA one. Okay, who else wanted me to look up? Yeah, of course. Okay, Gabriel, you want me to look it up? Give me 1 second. Anybody else? Okay, Gabriel, let's see what we got. Okay, that's Mr. Peraza. Okay, so Gabriel, this one's yours, Mario Peraza, and let me get his email for you. And there's his email. Oh, there we go. Okay. Anybody else? All right. So what is your GPA? What courses are you doing well in? Are there any you're struggling in or feel maybe you need more support? Let's see here. What action step must you take to continue to stay on track? So if you're behind, like what do you need to do? Or if you're on track, maybe it's just keep going. If you have questions, maybe it's check in with your counselor, like any of those things. Maybe you know you need to study better. You're like, I've been getting C's, I'm capable of getting B's. I want to get that. Maybe you want the advanced honors, so you need to bring your GPA up. So maybe it's studying harder and getting better grades. Schedule an appointment, with your counselor if you have questions, right? If you are struggling or if you're not sure you're on track or if you have failed, 100% if you have failed the class, you need to schedule with your counselor, all right? Because you have to find a way to make up that credit, whether it be APAC, summer school, like how are you going to do that, all right? And then when do you plan to graduate, on time or early? So if you're going to graduate on time, that would be May of 25, right? May of 2025 would be on time, considering you're a junior. If you're graduating early, good for you. When is that target? Okay. Any questions? So we should get this done in class, get it submitted. You've got about 10 more minutes. I'm here if you have any questions. So the goal today is just that transcript and using that information to fill out either the on track or the credit retrieval one. So how many credits do you have? How many credits are you behind? So it's a half credit for each class. So each F would be a half credit. So if you've missed 3 classes, that would be 1.5 credits, right? What core classes? So what classes did you not pass that you need to make up? What is your GPA? How can I improve my GPA? Again, schedule that appointment. So if you are filling out the credit retrieval one because you're behind on credits, absolutely you need to schedule an appointment. Okay, so you need to schedule an appointment. And then again, what is your target graduation date? All right, so you got about 8 minutes. Finish this up. You should be able to get this done. And even if you finish it, then go ahead and email your counselor. Okay, email your counselor and say, I just want to meet and double check my credits, or I have questions, especially if you transferred schools or something that can be, sometimes confusing, just making sure everything's good. And for sure, if you have not passed a class, all the more important, right, to schedule that conference with your counselor. How are you going to make that up? Are you going to do Apex? Are you going to do summer school? Because this would be the summer to do it, right? So that you can graduate on time next year. So when you're done with that sheet, you're going to submit. This is the sheet you're going to submit. And you're submitting that right here on the transcript check page. Okay, so this is where you submit it. Give you a couple more minutes and we'll check in and we'll end class. Okay, I'm not sure because I'm not looking at it and I don't want you to share it because I don't want to give you your information. Anybody, where are you finding your GPA on the transcript? Is it like middle of the page? Is it left or right-hand side of the page? Can somebody kind of give us some directions, like where on the transcript you're finding your most current GPA? Is it like middle of the page, top of the page, right-hand corner, left corner? Anybody? Pretty please? With GPA on top? Yes, okay. It was last semester, but for me, it was near the top right. Okay, so last semester, okay, so top right. So Araceli, look at top right, see if you can find it. Thank you, Gabriel. We got about, I'll do about 3 more minutes, finish up. So get this done, get it in. So you have the GPA, you don't, you by points, do you mean, oops, I'm sharing the wrong thing. Let's see here. By points, do you mean like credits? For 9th and 10th, it's not showing like the credits. Is it giving you total credits earned? Okay, where are you guys finding total credits earned? Worst case, maybe get out a calculator because it should have the value next to each course if it's 0.5 or 1. Christian, is it at least showing the value for each class? Like freshman year, you took this math class, it was worth, you earned half credit or okay, it's probably going to look different than if you were homeschooled. So what I would definitely do is make an appointment with your counselor just to be sure and save your transcript and just say, okay, I want to make sure, since it's not looking like a traditional transcript, having been homeschooled, what did I meet those credits? Because so what I ran into when I was in high school, I did my first years of high school at a private school, and then I went to public high school. And so when my credit transferred from private school to the public high school, right, I was ahead in some credits, but then I had to take other credits. Does that make sense? So it's really important to go over that with your counselor line by line and make sure what they're counting the courses you took at homeschool and what they're counting that for the transcript, for the graduation requirements, right? So if you haven't done that already, I would do that and maybe have a parent involved too, just to make sure. Because again, that would be really upsetting if some credit was missed and then you get to middle of next year and they're like, oh, you got to take this. And you're like, well, how come nobody said anything? You know, because that almost happened to me in high school. Because I came from a private school, which did the credits differently than they did in public school, if that makes sense. Yeah, we could do that real quick. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap things up. Okay. We'll have some time in class tomorrow. So if you're struggling or if you have more questions or like that, I can definitely answer more questions tomorrow in class. And stuff. We're going to do the survey tomorrow, and then we'll just have time to work in exact path, right? So while we're working exact path, if people have questions or if, you know, something else, something like that, more than happy to help. Or if I don't know the answer, maybe help you try to find the answer. Okay. So for today, just please make sure you get this done, get this in. All right. And then tomorrow we will go over, like I said, the panorama survey, and then we will be doing exact path. Okay. Have a wonderful day. I will see you later. Bye.